It started as a rumor, a few whispers in obscure science forums claiming that someone had built an engine that runs completely without fuel. No gas, no batteries, no sunlight, nothing. Most people laughed. It sounded like another free energy hoax. But then, the videos appeared. Grainy lab footage showing a small metal cylinder spinning endlessly with no visible power source. At first, it was dismissed as a trick, but what happened next forced the scientific world to stop laughing. A team of independent researchers confirmed the demonstration. Their instruments recorded continuous motion, stable voltage output, and, most shockingly, zero measurable energy input. If their data is real, this could be the single biggest breakthrough in the history of modern science. A fuel-free engine. The discovery that could rewrite every law of economics, energy, and control. So what exactly are we dealing with? According to leaked technical notes, the device uses a phenomenon known as magnetic resonance coupling. In simple terms, it extracts ambient electromagnetic energy, the same invisible charge constantly flowing through Earth's atmosphere, and converts it into usable motion. Imagine a windmill that catches invisible waves of energy instead of air. Once the initial cycle begins, it sustains itself. No fuel, no refueling, no combustion. Just pure, continuous power. The implications are staggering. Imagine a world where every car, home, and aircraft operates without ever paying a fuel bill again. Entire oil empires would crumble overnight. The global economy built on scarcity would need to be reinvented. It is no wonder powerful interests are already moving to suppress the story before it spreads too far. Think this sounds like a conspiracy theory? Look closer. Over the last 6 months, multiple patents describing self-sustaining electromagnetic engines have been filed, only to be withdrawn without explanation. Some inventors behind those designs can no longer be reached. One even vanished from public record entirely. Coincidence or cover-up? You decide. But the idea itself isn't new. More than 100 years ago, Nikola Tesla envisioned a world powered by the natural energy in the air. He built prototypes capable of wireless energy transmission. He spoke of power drawn from the Earth itself. Yet when his funders realized that his invention could make energy free, the money stopped, the projects were buried, and his tower was destroyed. Now, a century later, it seems that dream has been resurrected, and this time, it might be unstoppable. Here's how it works. Inside the engine, electromagnetic coils generate a specific resonance frequency. This frequency interacts with atmospheric ions, creating a feedback loop that produces continuous electrical charge. That charge powers a small motor, which maintains the resonance indefinitely. Think of it as a perfect circle, energy feeding itself. Unlike perpetual motion hoaxes, this isn't violating physics. It's using what already exists around us in a way our technology could never access before. That's where artificial intelligence comes in. Machine learning algorithms are now capable of optimizing circuit geometry and resonance timing at a microscopic level, something humans could never calculate manually. The combination of AI design and quantum precision materials created the conditions for the impossible, a fuel-free system that actually works. Before we go deeper, make sure you're subscribed, because if what we uncover next is real, this story might not stay online for long. Governments around the world are quietly preparing for what insiders call energy decentralization. It's a term that describes a future where power generation no longer belongs to a few corporations but to everyone. Small home-sized generators could provide infinite electricity, ending the monopoly that controls how nations live, travel, and trade. But decentralization also means disruption of industries, economies, and authority. And when those things are threatened, history shows the truth rarely survives. Already, mainstream science institutions are distancing themselves from the discovery. They claim the data is incomplete or not peer-reviewed, Yet several leaked lab memos from Europe's top research centers confirm that similar prototypes are being tested in secret. Some analysts believe the technology was originally developed for deep space probes, machines that need to operate forever without refueling. If that's true, it's no longer just a lab experiment. It's classified tech, repurposed for something much bigger. So what would a world powered by a fuel-free engine look like? Imagine cities with no power plants, cars that never visit gas stations, airplanes that circle the planet endlessly, entire regions freed from energy poverty. The environmental impact alone would be historic. Zero emissions, no pollution, no drilling, no waste. But with that freedom comes chaos. Economies based on oil exports would collapse. Trillions in revenue would vanish. Global power balances would shift overnight. For the first time, humanity would possess unlimited energy and unlimited potential for both good and evil. Energy could no longer be used as a weapon, but new forms of control would emerge. Digital monopolies, data control, surveillance powered by infinite electricity. The question is whether we can handle this technology, whether we can handle the freedom it brings. One of the scientists reportedly involved said something haunting in a private message that later leaked online. We finally have the key to free energy, but the world is not ready for what happens when you remove the chains. That's the paradox of every great discovery. We crave liberation but fear losing the systems that make us feel secure. This invention could heal the planet or throw it into total collapse. What happens next depends on who controls it and how long they can keep it secret. If the device goes public, the first generation of engines could be small, powering individual homes or vehicles. But imagine when the design spreads, when every engineer on Earth starts replicating and improving it. The more people use it, the harder it becomes to suppress. The fuel-free revolution could spread like wildfire. And just like the internet, once it's unleashed, there's no going back. Some skeptics argue it's impossible, that energy can't come from nothing. They're right. It doesn't. It comes from everywhere. The air itself is an ocean of charge waiting to be harnessed. For decades, we've ignored that ocean because it couldn't be monetized. But now, technology has caught up with imagination. And imagination, as history shows, always wins. If you've made it this far, tell me in the comments. Do you believe the world is ready for free energy? Or would we destroy ourselves trying to control it? Your thoughts matter more than you think. They're the pulse of this movement. And remember to subscribe, because what's coming next could make this story look small. We're just at the beginning of something that could redefine civilization itself. This is the story of humanity's most dangerous invention, one that can free us or finish us. The world's first engine that runs without fuel is no longer science fiction. It's science. They don't want you to see.